Before we get started, hit that subscribe button for Atten recounts so you never miss stories and survival skills drawn straight from history. Today we're talking about fire, the one thing that has kept humans alive in the harshest environments. But not just any fire. We're uncovering the survival fire-starting technique that actually works in wind, rain and snow. This is the skill that has saved lives from Arctic explorers to frontier soldiers. And if you pay attention, you'll walk away knowing how to start a fire when everyone else is failing. Fire is more than heat. It's survival, it's food, it's protection. And yet, in storms or freezing temperatures, even seasoned outdoorsmen can struggle. History shows us the difference between those who froze in the cold and those who thrived often came down to understanding the materials, the spark, and how to shield it from the elements. You have to gather the right materials before anything else. The first step is always preparation. Ordinary dry leaves or paper won't cut it in wet conditions. You need tinder that lights reliably, even damp. Birch bark, full of natural oils, has been a lifesaver for generations. Pine resin or pitch burns hot and long. Even dead branches beneath larger trees often remain dry enough to use. Organize your materials by size. Small tinder, mid-size kindling, then large fuel. This hierarchy lets your fire grow gradually without being smothered. Historical accounts from explorers and soldiers consistently emphasize this principle. Finding and organizing the right materials first often meant the difference between life and death. You need to protect your spark from wind and moisture. Even the best tinder is useless if the spark dies immediately. Traditional flint-and-steel techniques show us how important protection is. Dig a small pit, use rocks as a windbreak, or shelter the flame under a fallen log. Air is essential for fire, but too much exposure to wind snuffs it out. Polar explorers and mountain surveyors perfected this: small fire pits, sheltered corners, natural barriers. These micro-environments give your flame a fighting chance. You must layer your fire for steady growth. Igniting a spark is only half the battle. How you build the fire determines whether it survives. Place tinder in your shelter, then add kindling in a teepee or log cabin style, leaving gaps for airflow. Once it catches, slowly add larger logs. In snow, elevate your fire on rocks or logs to keep it from melting the ground beneath. In rain, use branches overhead to shield the core flame. Soldiers and frontiersmen swore by this method because it allows the fire to gain strength gradually without collapsing. You can use historical techniques to light fire in extreme conditions. Flint and steel isn't the only option. Char cloth, used for centuries, catches a spark immediately and ignites larger tinder that might otherwise fail. For purists, friction methods like bow drills or hand drills offer fire without modern tools. Learning these techniques in safe settings ensures you're ready when survival depends on it. Explorers, trappers and soldiers all relied on these methods when conventional matches failed. You must maintain your fire once it's alive. A fire in extreme weather isn't something you light and leave. You need constant attention. Add fuel gradually, keep spare tinder dry, and reinforce windbreaks if conditions worsen. Historical records from Arctic expeditions show how crews survived frostbite and hypothermia because they maintained fires strategically. Survival isn't just about ignition, it's about care and foresight. Mastering this survival fire-starting technique turns a simple flame into a lifeline. By choosing the right materials, protecting the spark, layering your fire properly, applying historical methods and maintaining it under pressure, you're armed with knowledge that has saved lives for centuries. If you found this useful, make sure you subscribe to Atten Recounts for more stories, survival secrets, and history that doesn't make it into textbooks. Share this with fellow history buffs and survivalists. Because knowing how to start a fire in wind, rain, or snow isn't just practical. It's a skill worth passing on.